Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my pantry, which is a little bit cluttered right now, but you know what? I have cancer. Give me a break. So, welcome back, all of you 7 subscribers. Thank you very much. I'm so happy you're here. And if you're new, you don't know who I am. I'm Wendy. I have been diagnosed with colorectal cancer, and you are probably watching this because you are having a colonoscopy. So, I wanted to do some helpful videos because when I was getting ready, prior to my diagnosis, when I was getting ready to have a colonoscopy, um, I was I still am 43, not really common for people my age, but as more people are finding, more and more younger people are getting diagnosed with colorectal cancer. And the first step in the process is, you probably are noticing that something's going on with your digestion. Maybe something's changed with your poop. I know people don't like to talk about poop, but let me tell you, after you go through this, you're going to be talking about it all the time. So I wanted to tell you some of the tips that I use to get through my colonoscopy like a champ. And so I wanted to share those with you today in a video. And part of that comes from the kitchen and the other part of that comes from the bathroom. But since it's disgusting to bring your food products into the bathroom, we're doing part of it in the pantry. So let's jump in. Okay, so when you have to go in for a colonoscopy, you will need to have a period of time where you fast, and you'll need to get rid of everything that is going on in your system. So what that means is your doctor or your healthcare facility is going to probably give you some instructions on how long you have to fast. My particular doctor loves fasting. He's like the champ of fasting. So my fasts for both my cancer, or both the colonoscopy and prep for my surgery, were longer than some other people have told me that they have had. So what I did to do that, first I had it was like a day and a half that I had to fast prior to the colonoscopy. So that freaks some people out. And what the typical recommendation is for most people is to have clear liquids. Like, all you can have is clear liquids. So right away we're thinking water. That's the number one thing. You're going to want to have a lot of water because you're going to be moving a lot of things through your nether regions, and you're going to want to have lots of hydration. So you're going to feel a lot better that way. Okay, so some of the things I had: one, coffee, because coffee, hello. I drank a lot of coffee. You can have coffee or you can have tea. You can have anything that's like just a clear liquid kind of fluid. The other thing that I had was sparkling. So you can see here I've got a whole selection. Do a lot of sparkling waters and I had some clear diet soda, maybe like some ginger ale. I'm just not a sugar person at all. I think it's terrible for you, so I just don't have anything that has sugar in it. So people might make recommendations to drink juice and do all that shit. I don't think it's a good idea. And another thing, just kind of a side note, if you are in the habit of having sugar all of the time, this is going to be a lot more challenging than if you kind of give yourself some time to like get off sugar. And this isn't a get off sugar video. I'm just telling you, if you have blood sugar spikes a lot from having a lot of sugar in your day, then it just makes fasting in general a bit more challenging unless you've adapted to it. So, okay, rant over. So sparkling water is good. The other thing that I have is Jello, and I do have sugar-free Jello, even though it's, whatever, got stuff in it, because, and you can make Jello or gelatin that's plain and add your own sweeteners in it, because it does fill your stomach, and it kind of gives you that satiety of kind of eating something. For the recommendations from my doctor's office, they said that Jello was perfectly fine. Sometimes they say nothing with like red or nothing that's like colored or anything like that. I don't eat Jello all the time, but when we're talking about like, you have to do a fast for a medical procedure, I think it's okay. The other thing I have is bone broth, and this was actually okay from my doctor, said bone broth was okay for me. So bone broth is also great because unlike bouillon, or unlike any kind of just vegetable broth or like chicken or beef broth, Bone broth is actually great because it's got protein in it, so it's going to make you feel fuller. It's also got like a collagen in it, so it's just like kind of protein that's just very healing for your gut. And so even if you are not clearing out for a colonoscopy, bone broth is something great. I typically get these kettle fire ones, but I have this one because it's just a little bit more easier. If you go to Safely, you can get this brand. This isn't one that you're going to want to have during a colonoscopy, but this brand I like, Kettle Fire, but this is like a coconut curry and it's not clear, so you're not going to be able to have that. Okay. Something else that I had also, which I tried, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend, were sugar-free popsicles, just because sometimes it's nice just to have a different texture or flavor in your mouth when you're fasting. You know, a day-long fast isn't terribly long, but it's just, you know, good to have it. So those are the things that I had primarily while I was going through my fast. And I essentially prepared the bone broth and my Jello like meals. So I had them at, you know, mealtime. So that is what I did for food to prep for my colonoscopy. So now we're going to talk about some of the other products you may want to have to get ready to prep for your colonoscopy.